Hey everyone, John from Nintendo Life here, and do you have a moment to talk about the most important game of the year? Well, I'm going to talk about it anyway. If someone says this is their favourite GameCube game, or this, either two things are wrong. One, they have a different opinion to me and that's unacceptable, or two, they haven't played Super Monkey Ball. I love Metroid Prime, and Resident Evil 4 is likely my favourite game of all time, but Monkey Ball is just so gosh darn good. In my opinion, it's the best party game ever made. Monkey Target is so good, and Monkey Race, and Monkey Fight. The entire package is just pure quality. I love Monkey Ball 1, 2, and Deluxe so much that I've stuck with the entire series. I don't like most of these, but I finished all of them out of obligation to what I loved in the past. Sometimes they kinda capture the feeling, and that's all I really want. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be Monkey Ball. But the thing is, this one does look perfect. Super Monkey Ball Banana Mania is a compilation and remake of Monkey Ball 1, 2, and Deluxe. Over 300 stages, all the minigames, and a bunch of additions and changes. Now, the word changes can be scary in a game like this because the fundamentals of Monkey Ball are what makes it what it is. You don't want to touch the core of this game. How it feels is so important. These games are around 20 years old, and the speedrun community is still sticking with them. This is the extended life of Monkey Ball. It's not a game you just finish and then move on from. The physics and level design beg you to speedrun and break them. Like this level for instance, the purpose is teaching you about slopes, and the level is called Slopes. What you're meant to do is very slowly make your way up these ramps. That's the entire gimmick, it's a very early level. But if you want to do it faster, what you can do is push yourself into the side of the level, gain momentum, and then push yourself into the ridges on the floor. That sends you flying straight to the goal. Now, what's exciting about this is they've shown this level in Banana Mania, and while they don't do the skip, they get pretty close. If they had a bit more speed, they'd absolutely make that. Then we've got this clip here where they actually do a level skip. This seems like a lot more than just a level-to-level recreation, but rather something quite faithful to the originals. I say quite faithful because it's not exact. Banana Mania is seemingly a faster game, or at least you reach your top speed faster. If we put slopes side by side, you'll notice II gets there much faster than he does on GameCube. Things are definitely different in Banana Mania, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. A lot of skips from the GameCube game may not work, but in their place are bound to be a bunch of new ones. It's not a one-to-one remaster, but this looks like Monkey Ball. We haven't been this close in 15 years. And this is just a dumb thing that I like, but in Banana Blitz HD when you go through the goal, you just kinda stop. It doesn't matter how fast you're going, you just stop. But look at this. That's a strong stop, just like the originals. I imagine no one cares, but I care, baby. Banana Blitz HD was a pretty good remaster of an average game. This was pretty much the decline of the franchise, so it was a very strange game to bring back in the first place, and Banana Blitz zapped a lot of the challenge out of the franchise. A lot of levels had barriers so you can't fall, platforms were wider, and there was a jump button kinda defeating the entire point of physics-based platforming. The motion controls kinda added some challenge, but for some reason the remaster had no motion at all. So this level was quite challenging on Wii, but on Switch, just steadily hold forward and jump a few times. It's really that simple. But despite Banana Blitz HD not having motion, Banana Mania does. Entirely optional, but it's there. In fact, there's a ton of optional new stuff in this game. I was just complaining about the Banana Blitz jump, but that's in here too. It's turned off by default, but if you want it, it's there. This is very inoffensive because it's basically an accessibility feature now. Levels aren't designed around it, but if you're struggling, a jump may help. It could also be quite fun to experiment with. And there's 3 more accessibility features I can think of. One is a slow down time button. I imagine this can be turned off in a menu, but if you're struggling, just hold down a button and the entire game slows down. Not just your movement, but the counter too. So if there's a really rigid path you just can't nail, this is a great feature. You can also double the countdown if you want to. There's also a feature that shows the path to the goal. Stuff you never need to use, but for those who want them, it's great. And hey, this is weird, right? They're turning the camera around. That's something I think only one mainline game does, and that's Banana Splits on the Vita. In the original games, the camera was fixed and follows you around, so to turn the camera, you move the monkey. Not always ideal in tight situations, so this is a great addition. And there's 4 new playable characters, doubling the roster. Returning is Ai, Gongon, Mimi, and Baby. But then we have the Banana Blitz characters, Doctor and Yan Yan. And from Banana Blitz HD we have Sonic, and brand new to Banana Mania is Tails. Both in their classic form, very cool stuff. It seems the original cutscenes may have been scrapped and the story's now told in a comic book style. I guess a bit of a downgrade, but I don't really care about the story. In addition to those characters, you can customize them too. Banana Blitz HD had different costumes, but Banana Mania has not only that, but customizable balls. Yeah, character and ball customization, we're living in the future. Outside of just preserving the original content, there is so much going on. Tons of quality of life, a ton of accessibility, and also some new modes too. This one sounds menacing, Dark Banana Mode. In this, if you touch a banana, you die. So not only are you struggling to beat these pretty tough levels, but you cannot touch a banana. That might be impossible in some levels, so perhaps the banana placement is changed in this mode, but it's worth noting that Banana Mania has a lot more bananas than the original game does. They're kind of everywhere. There's also a reverse mode where you play levels backwards. This is probably a bit more in-depth than it sounds. Like this level here, in reverse, that sounds impossible, so they're probably changing the level design quite a bit for this mode. There's a photo mode too. At any time you can pause the game, move the camera around and get a nice shot of your monkey. All these new elements sound fantastic, and the best part is, none of them detract from the main game. Like yeah, you can slow down time and jump, but that's not necessary. The jump isn't like Banana Blitz because 1, it's optional, and 2, levels aren't designed around it. At its very core, this is Monkey Ball in its most pure form. That's what's really exciting. But this collection really does go above and beyond. It didn't need all these new modes, or new characters, or new features, but the fact that it has them is so cool. It's not even a full-price game. Here in the UK, 2 physical copies of Banana Mania is cheaper than a PlayStation 5 game. You can get it on Switch and another platform and still have £10 to spare. That's so cool! It doesn't seem like a budget game either. Everything's done from scratch. I'm sure there's Banana Blitz HD assets in there, but you can't pull the assets from the originals because this is such a different style. On the face of it, this is a very complete and well-valued package, which is why it kinda stings that the DLC is a bit stingy. Not to take away from the main game because there's so much packed in here, but the DLC consists of retro costumes themed after the original models on GameCube, and the original soundtrack. Now, I love that those are in here, but should they really be DLC? I can't question the value of the game itself, but it does just seem a bit slimy. There's also DLC to play as a Sega Game Gear, or a Sega Saturn, or a Sega Dreamcast, and yes, I mean the consoles in a ball. Sure. It is worth noting that all this stuff comes in the deluxe set for the digital version, so that's cool, but it's still rather questionable. But at the end of the day, Monkey Ball Banana Mania looks incredible. It's everything I've wanted this franchise to be for so long. It's a pure return to form. I can't wait for this, and with everything we've seen so far, I can't really see it letting me down. The physics are the main thing, but they look really good. Hopefully the party games are good too, because they mess up Monkey Target every single time. But if they're mirroring the original, maybe they'll get it right this time. Anyway, let us know what you guys think about Monkey Ball Banana Mania in the comments below, and go to that subscribe button and mash it into a ball, and push it down a long cliff until it eventually falls into the goal elegantly. And we'll see you next time. Bye everyone.